listening to KMRO FM, Kamurocho Radio. I am your host, Argyle, and with me, as always, is Jordan. And this week, we have a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. My name is CyricZ, or CyricZ, depending on your day of the week. I am a guide author on GameFAQs, among other things.
Right. This is, first of all, awesome to have you on.
Thank you.
I think me and Argyle can speak honestly when we say that you have saved us a lot of headache in our lives. These are games with lots and lots of content, and if you are doing a podcast about them and you do not want to organically comb through these massive video games, you use a guide, and I've always used your guides. And specifically, we did an episode about Pocket Circuit. Argyle's a fucking liar and didn't actually play Pocket Circuit like a coward, but I played Pocket Circuit all the way through, and I needed your guide, because doing that by yourself without knowing all of the combos, absolute nightmare, especially when you're trying to do it in like under 4 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so thank you for your service.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure.
I'm saluting my computer and microphone.
What games have you done guides for? You've done. I know you've done all the PS3 onward, right? I think you've done guides for what? Yakuza 3 onward. What games have you made guides for?
Right. So what I make guides for is just about anything that strikes my fancy. I've been doing it for like almost 20 years now. Actually, no, sorry, over 20 years at this point.
God.
So, yeah. If we're talking just Yakuza, my very first Yakuza guide was for Yakuza 5 when it came out in the PS3. So I actually, you can say, since we are recently celebrating the series' 15th anniversary, it's also the 5th anniversary of the release of Yakuza 5 on the PS3 in the West.
Right.
So that was basically the day I started writing for the Yakuza series. So it's been 5 years now.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. What is your process for making a guide? Because I mean, these are huge games, and there's so much to do in them. How do you get everything and not miss it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just a matter of taking notes, really. You start at the beginning, and then whenever you see something, I should probably take a note of that. You just do it, and I've distilled it down to the point where it's like I will just kind of like progress maybe 20-30 minutes into the game, and then just type in what I feel I want to put in, whether that's just like a little bit of data or a little bit of strategy. I mean, really, when you're making guides, it's two elements to it. You have the strategy, which is go to this place, use this thing on this person. When you're fighting this guy, use this item, that kind of thing. And the other part's data, which is just basically like things you could probably find in the game, but you'd want like a resource that you could get it all in place. Like I say, if you want to find all the locker keys in your average Yakuza game, you want a nice source for that. So honestly, it's like half my writing process is just playing it and writing like, oh, I probably should make a note that I did this when, I was fighting this person. And the other half is like, I have another window open where I'm like, oh, crud, I found a locker key. I got to mark where I found that.
So, I mean, I think, since we podcast about Yakuza, we could safely say that we're like huge fans of the series and that we love these games. Do you find that like making a guide, impacts your enjoyment of a game? Do you think that it makes it like any more or less fun when you play through the game on the first time and you're working on a guide? I mean, because obviously when a game comes out, you want to make a guide, early.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, in general, it's like I just feel like, the reason I got into this in the first place was, and you can kind of see this in my little mini bio on GameFAQs, is like I just wanted to have a place to put all the thoughts that were in my head. Like I was thinking, I have to remember this, I have to, think of this for later. And before I was even writing guides, I was still making notes for myself. So really, that all started as like a place to just spill out what was cluttering up my head while I was going through a game. And then the actual game, the guide process came out after that. So, in that way, the guide itself is like half my enjoyment. Like any enjoyment I might lose from, the pacing of having to just take a game slowly while I'm writing it is offset by the fact that, I guess filling a compulsion of my own and putting those notes down as I find them.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge I'm not a person who finds lots of pleasure in like seeing everything a game has to offer. I like to just spend my own time with it and put it away when I'm good and ready. But I mean, that's like I always respect people who want to see every little thing. And the fact that you write it down is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's not me. I tear these games apart. I'm the one who will be just strolling down Kamurocho in first person view, looking at the shop signs, trying to find the weirdest ones.
Oh yeah, that's all. That's
what's Argyle? What's the one that you always like to talk about?
NY Hot Dog?
What's it? Oh no, we love NY Hot Dog.
Everyone loves NY Hot Dog.
Sexy Pub Prison. I do love
that
Sexy
too. That's
Pub
a great
Prison.
one. I think that's in Sotogori, if I recall.
Yeah, that one's that one's in Shofukucho.
One of my favorites. One of my favorites of those. Like you can look up and sometimes see billboards in Kamurocho, and I'm pretty sure it's Yakuza 5 specifically. Like you're in an area near like the M store on Shichifuku. You look up, and you just see a billboard, this big yellow sign, and it says "Good Shit Current," and it's just a little picture of a little poo guy. And the little poo guy has a little word balloon that says, "It's good shit." And that was always the funniest thing I've ever seen in a Yakuza game. I just always come back to that. And when the remaster came out, I absolutely took a picture of it and posted it on Twitter for any kind of reaction.
Amazing.
I took like 3 semesters of Japanese about a year ago, and I thought that knowing how to read some of the signs would increase my enjoyment of exploring the city. But honestly, the funniest signs are all the ones that are in English.
Already in English, absolutely.
Yeah. Speaking of combing through the streets, I mean, there's a brand new Yakuza game out. Have you been have you been playing that?
Yes. Currently in chapter 14 now, and working on the guide in tandem with that. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not making a guide, and I'm not that far into the game.
I just finished it. Yeah, I beat it.
not.
I beat it like 2 days ago, and I think every time I finish a Yakuza game, I want to reassess my rankings, and I think just barely this game has beat out my number 2. So it's not my favorite. Yakuza 0 still reigns champion, but I loved Yakuza 7, and I love Ichiban. I think it's such a good game. I think we talked about this on our overview episode of for Yakuza 7. The fact that like the series has had all these kind of disjointed mechanics that have been around forever, crafting and gear and items and stuff, and the fact that they turned it into an RPG and wrapped it all up and made it super cohesive made the game really fun.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that so much.
Also, the side content was killer.
Oh yeah, they knocked it out of the park.
Particularly, they got way silly with it this time.
Yeah, and just
as opposed to the game that we're talking about this.
I was gonna say they went like Yakuza 0 levels of silly in this game.
And just a couple other questions. Just like how do you feel about Ichiban, our boy?
Yeah, do you like Ichiban?
Oh, I absolutely adore him. And I mean, I was listening to your Yakuza Like a Dragon impressions a couple weeks ago you guys made, and you guys nailed it right on the head. One of the best things about Ichiban, and he's almost like the anti-Kiryu. He is, hot-headed. He is, whenever someone walks up to him and like in a sub-story and says, "Hey, can you help me with this?" Kiryu is always like, "Oh, I guess I'll get involved and help you out with this, but I don't understand it." But Ichiban's always like, "Yeah, I'll get involved. Sounds great. Let's do it." And I think that optimism is just amazing from a character.
My friend Gigalithic sent me a message. Play Gigalithics game Paradise Killer, everybody. Sent me a message the other night that said, "Did you drink the milk?" And I was like, "What does that mean?" Completely out of context. Did you drink the milk? And then I was like, "Oh my god! Of course I drank the milk." And I was thinking about it.
7? That's great.
I don't think so. I think that they just saw the thing on. It's been going around the internet, and I was just thinking about like drinking the milk is I think the most like clear cut difference between Ichiban and Kiryu of like. Without a second thought, of course Ichiban would drink the milk.
Of course,
Kiryu would absolutely never drink the milk.
Kiryu would not get the choice. You wouldn't even get to choose for him. He would say no.
Kiryu would just be like, "Oh, I gotta go."
And he'd leave. Ichiban he grabs that milk and he drinks it, like a champ. But
So while you've
great
made
game.
that point, I also want to shout out for Paradise Killer. I played that over the summer. It is fantastic. Everyone
hell
played
yeah.
Paradise Killer.
Yeah, my good friend did all of the character art for that game.
It was great.
Yeah,
Shout
shout
out
so
to that
good,
person.
honestly.
Like all those characters are just bananas amazing.
They're so fucking good.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should talk about Yakuza. Yakuza PS2.
One
Oh,
last,
you got any
one
more to
last
say, Argyle?
question.
Yeah.
Yakuza
go ahead.
Kiwami specifically.
We never really clarified like what's kind of your history with the Yakuza series. Like, how did you get
Oh,
into
yeah.
it?
That's true.
Oh, of course. So, I mean, I made sure to pull it up too, but I know the exact date and which I became a Yakuza fan. And that date is December 14th, 2013, because that is the date. I don't know if folks who are familiar with Two Best Friends, but that is when they put up part one
Rest in peace.
of the Yakuza 4 playthrough. Oh, they're all still,
Okay.
they all live. They're all
Oh, they're
alive,
still
and they're all
around,
still
yeah.
creating, but they're just separated now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that playthrough was what got me into the Yakuza series. I mean, they had their first episode where they talked about the history of the series and went through the reminiscence. And then in the first episode, basically it was the moment Akiyama first backdrop a guy onto a bike rack. I'm like, oh,
Hell yeah.
I think I'm into this series.
That is so funny. We all three have basically, I think everyone honestly has the same moment, which is it's always related to a bike. Argyle, yours was Yakuza
like
5.
Essence of
yeah.
Pedaling from Yakuza 5 or whatever it's called.
Yep.
Mine was hearing Argyle talk about Essence of Pedaling, and then I said I need to play these games, so I bought Yakuza 0, and then played every single one of them. Everyone sees a bike related heat move.
It's always bike
and then they
related.
say-
It's amazing.
It's always bike related. It's so funny. I just can't believe we have another case of a bike related heat move getting people into the series.
And wait, I'm sorry to delay further,
Yeah.
but I have
it's good. I want to. I'm
I have
happy
some
we're having
really
these
quick,
conversations.
like lightning round questions.
Sure.
For CyricZ. Just like you can just say the answer. You don't even have to explain. Just a few questions. What's your favorite game?
0.
0. All right. Favorite
Yep.
character.
Good choice.
Oh, I can't pick one. I lean towards Akiyama though more than anybody else. Just
Alright,
his
good.
idea of just the fact that he's just so lazy all the time, and it's like just half his charm is that he'll just walk into a room and just collapse on the couch.
Yeah, that's a
Very
fair pick.
relatable.
Favorite heat action.
Oh boy. I have lately I've been a fan of the Kiwami 2 helping out, throwing you an item heat actions. I mean that one where
Oh,
he
yeah,
throws
yeah.
the
So
S&M
fun.
whip and he gets that one as it's a classic.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I like Essence of Hot Pot. That's one of my favorites.
Oh, ow.
And
don't know if I have a favorite.
Lastly, your favorite like mini game, like side content.
Mahjong.
Mahjong,
Really?
Yes. I learned Mahjong through the series, honestly.
Yeah, I've watched your Mahjong video and it did not help, but
Oh, it's a shame.
We got all degrees of mahjong. We have person
that's
who
not
really
that's
likes
not
mahjong
a
now.
that's not a diss on you. That is a diss on me. I can't wrap my brain around it.
Have
I mean-
you ever successfully completed a game of shogi in Yakuza?
No, which is odd because I have completed games of shogi in the newest Nintendo Clubhouse 51 games. I think the problem is the shogi difficulty on Yakuza is so freaking high.
They're so like we talked about this on the podcast before that you can
Oh gosh,
like
we should
play
do some.
I'm
we should
I'm
do
baby.
like 52 worldwide classics. We should do like Mahjong or something sometime.
Oh yeah, I
Ooh,
love
yeah.
that.
Because me and
I'd
Jordan
love to be
also
able to play
have it.
Mahjong with somebody.
Yeah, we played before. I don't know how to play mahjong. Argyle
Neither do I.
has played mahjong but can't complete it because it's too hard. And now we have a mahjong enjoyer. My mom plays mahjong because she's
Oh, really?
a middle-aged Jewish woman. So.
Oh, that's. You know what? I heard it was actually kind of big in the Jewish community.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. I
Just learned that
seriously
recently.
don't know why. It's very funny. You'll go and you'll see all the like if you ever go pre-pandemic, we go to the
course.
grocery store in a Jewish area and you just see the Jewish women playing mahjong. It's very funny.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I think it's time we talked about. We're
I'm
talking
finally
this
done
week
asking
about.
things. Sorry.
We'll ask you more things as the episode comes up because
Sure.
we love to hear Yakuza fans talk about their Yakuza takes. This is chapter 5 of Yakuza Kiwami. I think we're just gonna start calling it Kiwami. I'm actually playing Yakuza for the PS2, which is very fun. But it's annoying to call it Yakuza 1.
We love our friend Daryl.
Oh, Daryl he's a gift. I have a voice actor that I cannot wait to talk about this week. We're talking about Chapter 5, Purgatory. A very important chapter for the
but before we actually get to the chapter title screen, we have a flashback to 1996.
You kids in your new content.
Yeah, your kids and your Nishiki backstory.
It's like, you need an explanation as to why Nishiki was like he was?
Yeah, what? He's just twisted now. Come on. What the fuck is wrong? He's just mean,
and that's it.
Yeah,
he's evil now.
Time passed, and now he's evil.
Look at the hair.
He slicked his hair back. What more do you need? No, he's meeting a doctor. Who the doctor is saying, like, okay, there's only one hope for your sister. She needs a heart transplant. It's gonna be really expensive. And the line is long. It could be years before she gets in. And Nishiki's like, please, doctor, please help me. I will do anything for my sister. And the doctor gets this look in his eyes. And he says, okay, all right. If you're willing to do anything, I've got some underworld contacts that can get you a black market heart. No questions asked. It'll cost you 30 million yen. Nishiki says, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And he heads back to the office where Matsushige, the guy he was, like, yelling at last chapter, is just hanging out. And Nishiki gets down on his hands and knees and begs Matsushige to get him the money. Just for, through any means necessary. And Matsushige is, because he is an asshole, he gets up and kind of rubs it in and kind of stomps on Nishiki's head a little bit. And
a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. He just kind of puts his foot up there.
Some playful stomping.
A little bit of dominance asserting there.
Yeah. And that's what we get. Meanwhile,
now,
back in 2005,
we're at Serena, I believe.
Yeah.
And but Date and Kiryu were talking about what we learned last chapter when we went to Bar Aries. Date thinks that Mizuki and Yumi are sort of in on the 10 billion yen heist together. And they also talk about how, Mizuki is Haruka's mom, and it seems like the Tojo were looking for Haruka, so she must somehow be connected to this. And all of a sudden we get a call. The phone rings at Bar Serena, and it's Shinji. Shinji. Reminder, we haven't talked about Shinji in a while. He was Kiryu. He's like... Kiryu
was his Aniki.
Like his lackey. Yeah, Kiryu was his Aniki. I wish there was a word. I can't think of like the reverse of an Aniki. Like Kiryu is his Aniki, and he's cool because time has passed and he has a cool trench coat.
Yeah.
And I think he has a gun.
And
he's got Kazuma. He's got Kazuma. Yeah, he had quite a glow up. What is it that Nishiki had? If Shinji had a glow up, I guess Nishiki had like a
dark.
Like a yeah,
dark
what is the dark, edgy version of a glow up? He had a early 20s life crisis.
Post-crisis Nishiki.
Whatever he is, he's so cool.
It's funny because Nishiki's motivation is his sister, who we have never seen her face.
His sister, who was never mentioned in...
She was never on screen.
Never on screen.
Not in Yakuza
never
0
mentioned,
at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's not in the picture
mentioned.
with Kiryu and Kazuma and Yumi, like just this complete non-element.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, isn't it? Because she's got to be an orphan too, doesn't she?
Yeah, I mean Haruka's in an orphanage and she has parents, so I think the series understanding of who and what goes into an orphanage.
Well, I think she definitely did stay at Sunflower with them for reasons we'll find out in 10 chapters or so.
10 chapters, yeah. So Shinji is on the run. He's got Kazuma, aka Fuma.
Yes.
And they're trying to get Kazuma out because it's become clear that someone in the Tojo clan is the one who put out the hit
it was
on
obviously
him.
an insider if they knew where Kazuma would be at that moment. So he's trying to find a place to hide Kazuma right now.
Can someone find a place to stash this old man?
And they never tell you where either. He's just somewhere.
No.
Yeah,
I love this line. I don't know if Kiryu says this in Japanese, but he says this in English, and it was so funny. Where Nishiki says, "We're gonna set up Shinji says, "We're gonna set up a safe house for Kazuma," should I contact you at Serena when I get him safe? And then Kiryu goes, nah, I gotta sell.
I gotta sell now.
Like he's
Yeah,
so
no,
proud of
yeah,
it. It's
Kiryu
so
does say that
cool.
in the sub. He's like, yeah, no, it's fine. I
like-
have a cell phone.
I have a cell phone. All the kids have them, and then he like explains to Shinji what a cell phone is.
Kiryu,
You can use a cell phone to call people on
I
the
know
go.
I know what a cell phone is. I have one too.
It'd be really funny if
I'm calling
if
you
Kiryu
from
had,
one right now, Kiryu.
Like Date, he wants to give Kiryu a cell phone, but he's a divorced he's like a divorced
You
crime
think he put
division
Kiryu's
detective. He doesn't have
phone
lots of
on
money.
like his family plan?
He gives Kiryu the phoning the future like old cell phone from Yakuza 0, the one that's got a huge like
shoulder
carrying
phone?
case and the battery dies in 5 seconds.
I mean, it's so weird.
You could
Like
use that thing in
you
in a
talk
heat
about
move.
like a dragon when they have the same kind of parallels where Ichiban himself also has a cell phone realization event where he learns what a smartphone is.
Yeah.
He picks it up so fast though. I mean, Kiryu kind of does too, I guess. We always think of
To be
Kiryu
fair,
as
it's,
like
it's
a
not that
like
different from a normal cell phone. Like in
True.
2005, like it's
He's
not
not
that different
Saejima.
from a phone.
Yeah, he's not Saejima. So Kiryu's gonna go.
Oh, I
gather
also
some
want to point out
information.
I did have kind of a strange bug, and I'm going to post it in the scheduling chat
Oh, the bug was very funny.
for CyricZ to see.
Sure.
This is like a pre-rendered scene, so I'm not sure how this happened. Like, watch that video for like a single
Haruka
frame. Haruka
flashes
into the frame.
A ghostly Haruka.
I don't like, and like I said, this is pre-rendered.
Ooh.
I've never seen anything like this happen before.
Where did she come
in these
from?
games.
What happened?
And I rewatched the cutscene at the main menu, and it doesn't it didn't happen there.
Just imagining like Haruka like riding by the screen, like the camera on a skateboard, and she just goes, "Oji-san,
just
Oji-san."
very
nuts.
very very puzzled by that. But yeah, that's I just wanted to talk about that. So yeah, Kiryu's gonna go out and he needs some information, so he hits up Date for ideas. And Date says, well, there's this legendary informant that
You
we
didn't
could
know
try finding.
about
Oh,
the
you didn't
legendary
know?
information
What,
broker?
you just get out of prison for 10 years? Everyone knows about the legendary information
Yeah,
broker.
the Florist, of
of
Sai.
Sai.
Come on.
They call him in the English. They call him Kage, and I
Kage.
can't figure out. I don't know if his name like in the Japanese is Kage, the Florist of Sai, or if that's his name or where that came from. But we'll call him the Florist because
No,
that's
yeah.
what he's called.
I did look up a little bit on this. I mean, it's like his name in Japanese is Sai no Hanaya, as in the Florist of Sai. So he was always the Florist of Sai in the original Japanese. To my knowledge, the only reason they came up with the name Kage is because it technically means shadow. So I guess he works in the
yeah.
shadows. But
So
that
the
one's kind of
Yamino
lost to history.
Florist. Sorry.
The American fans would, if they called him the Florist of Sai, the American players would think that he just sells flowers and nothing else, and they would be very confused. It's like
Yeah, he sells
the
flowers
weird
and
things.
also those weapons that Raphael from the Ninja
It's the
Turtles
weird,
uses.
the bizarre, like they shorten people's names in this, like Masa Sarah and Mako Date. I have no idea why they
And
do that. It's
Futoshima
so
no.
strange.
Maybe that was just to fit
Futoshima no.
names onto the screen, because sometimes,
Maybe,
formatting.
yeah. It's like how speedrunners play in Japanese because there's less characters. They just
Exactly.
couldn't. They wanted the game to go by faster. So
Shout out to Fruit.
the Florist of Sai, the Florist of Sai is hiding out somewhere called Purgatory, which is located inside West Park. Which
You might remember
reminders
from
our
Zero
Yakuza-
is where the homeless
Yeah.
camp is.
It's where all the homeless people live. And it's harder to find now because they've closed
Yeah,
off.
they've closed off that
entrance.
front gate, so you have to get in through a door in the bathroom.
They've kicked
I
out the
need to
normies.
wonder. Yeah, I need to wonder like how that happened. Do you think that they like boarded it off themselves? Did the city that itself just decide to fucking cordon off the West Park so no one can get in?
No, I'm sure it's the
Like, how
community.
did-
They did it. Because
Yeah,
I
they
believe they
just
mentioned
blocked
the
it
fact
off.
that the cops just don't go in there.
They've just created their own like sovereign state
Yep.
inside
They
of
An autonomous zone.
Yeah,
they
it is.
did it to
It's
keep
the
out all the rowdy
Kamurocho
teens.
Autonomous Zone.
It's the Kaz.
The Kaz. The Kaz is so cool. I mean, that is literally what it is. There are no laws in the Kaz. They've just decided that they are a lawless state where you can do anything you want. And, I mean,
They mostly just hang
Yeah.
out.
They keep out
They
all
mostly
the
just
rowdy
hang out
teens who
and-
come in to beat them up and take their wallets.
That's true.
with
Okay,
baseball
yeah.
bats.
When we played in 1988, there was just teenagers who showed up and would kill the homeless people for fun. So maybe it was
Now
a
they all have
reasonable
to funnel
decision for
in
them
through
to-
the bathroom, which is a choke point.
It's a much more defensible choke point. Yeah,
Exactly.
So on our way, I guess we'll talk about the the terrible sub-stories of Yakuza 1.
Oh, do you
did
have a
too.
sub-story you want to talk about?
Oh, I have two gripping stories.
Oh,
There's one
boy.
where if you go to Akaushimaru, a guy dines and dashes, and then you chase him to Public Park 3, and then you beat him up, and then the guy working at Akaushimaru gives you 30,000 yen, which is like the least
God
cost
damn.
effective. Yeah, this guy is
Wow.
like, oh, this guy's skipped out on paying for something like a $6 beef bowl, so I'm gonna give you $300 as thanks.
Well, that was the thing too. It's because those Dine and Dashers weren't really Dine and Dashing for that much, anyways, and that was kind of a point in the chain of sub
mean, the
stories,
whole-
as I recall.
Yeah, I mean it's the dirt cheap beef bowl that you would go to if you needed just a meal for a couple bucks. But I mean, hey, it's the principle of the thing, I guess. And then
Hey,
the
I'll
other
eat one.
one was
Okay, hey,
The other-
just a moment.
they are
guys.
delicious.
Can we pause the recording for just like a couple minutes? I gotta go do something real quick.
素直に I love you 届けよきっと You love me 伝わる先に合うガラスの靴を探そう
You were talking about a sub-story?
Yeah, we're back. Yeah, I was talking about
Dine
there's
and
another thrilling Dine and Dash gets you 30,000 yen, and then there's a woman on what is it, Nakamichi Street. She gets her purse snatched, and then you chase the guy to the exact same place. I did both of these at the same time, which is really funny. So you just chase both people to Public Park 3, fight both of them, and then you get rewards for both.
Great.
And she's like, my purse, it has my favorite autographed picture of a celebrity in there, and then she just gives you 10,000 yen. So thrilling. This is what Yakuza. This is how Yakuza was meant to
It
be.
was
played.
probably
This is-
Ilyujin.
Yeah.
If only.
Did you do any side?
I didn't do
some
any
Majima
sub stories,
Everywhere,
but I
right?
did do some Majima Everywhere content. This week we're gonna do a couple of them. So first up, once you kind of max out the rank G bar, you will get an email from Nishida, the lackey.
I love that he emails
The
you. It's
eternal
really
lackey.
funny to me.
Yeah, we love Nishida here. And he says that the boss is waiting for you in front of Millennium Tower. And he also says, please, Kiryu, don't bring any weapons. So you go there, and you don't bring any weapons, and somebody calls out to you, and he says, in the name of the law, stop, Kiryu-chan. And it's Majima in a cop uniform.
The wacky hijinks.
Yes, the hijinks. And he says, hey, we heard some rumors about a guy rampaging around town with a bat and a dagger. So, the Majima family is on the case. We're gonna find this guy and root him out. That means I am gonna have to pat you down. Me, Officer Majima.
This is very much that's the like SpongeBob maniac situation
Yeah.
where Majima
that's
is
a
trying to solve the crime of himself.
Which one of you flatfoots ate my lollipop? So he pats you down, and if you don't have a weapon, he's kind of bummed. He's like, oh, what? I even told, Nishida, that dumbass, to, like, call you and tell you to bring a weapon. Like a gun or a knife or something. Like, come on. And then he just lets you go free. And you But if you walk by again, and you do have a weapon this time, he says, oh, Kiryu, you're obviously the culprit. You're under arrest,
Naughty
big
Kiryu.
boy.
Nasty little crime boy.
And Kiryu says, "No, what? What are you doing? No, I'm not going anywhere." And Majima says, "Well, if you want to get out of being arrested, you got to fight me for it." So you fight him. He's using Slugger style. And Slugger style, pretty threatening.
It's probably one of the
Anything
rougher
that
ones to
isn't-
fight of those
Yeah.
four.
Anything that isn't Breaker style to me, that's the worst one. Can't.
Yeah,
even get next to
Breaker
him.
probably the worst. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
He can use the Bat Nunchaku. His defenses are very, very strong. He can bust through your guards a lot of the time. It's just kind of a mess to fight.
It
And then once
borders
you
on
beat it-
not being fun.
Yeah, I've talked about how I'm. It kind
I
of
don't think anyone
Majima,
truly likes
Majima Everywhere kind of
Majima
loses its
Everywhere.
shine pretty quick.
Mm.
No. Yeah. It's one of the reasons I'm kind of glad that I'm playing the PS2 one,
Yeah.
which has its own problems and challenges. But at least you don't have to fight Majima 100 times.
Yeah, so you beat him up, and he's like, "Oh, great, you're getting a little bit stronger," and Kiryu agrees. And then you learn Essence of Mad Dog Dagger. That's kind of it. You can do another. You can do another one that'll unlock. I'm using CyricZ's guide to kind of walk me through this because I wasn't able to find him on. I'm playing on New Game Plus, so I don't know if he's actually if I can do the Majima Everywhere events.
Should be able to. Yeah.
I don't know. I watched him on YouTube. Is how I did this.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
a lot.
there's another one you can do that he's just hiding under a traffic cone. Like Nishida kind of tells you.
I
that
love
he's
that. I
hiding.
do love the giant traffic cones.
And that'll unlock the ones where he is hiding in different places. But the other one I want to talk about is when you max out rank E, Nishida will call you up instead of just emailing you this time, and he says, "Hey, the boss, he wants to throw you a celebration. You just got out of prison, dude, and nobody threw you a party. That fucking sucks." So Majima has reserved Bikini Bar Asia, and you are invited to go, and it's gonna be great. So you go there, and Majima's there, and he's doing a fun dance. You get to see a few seconds of it. Great. And
Majima working
Kiryu,
it.
He's working it.
Yep.
I wish he was doing. I can't speak for sure because I didn't see it, but I wish he was doing the Mr. Libido dance from Yakuza 0.
Munancho.
He doesn't. He does do that sometimes. He
does
think
it
he
sometimes.
does that if he like
Yeah, the
ambushes
animations
you
are
while
somewhere in the
you're-
game.
Yeah, I think if he like ambushes you while you're bowling or something, he'll do that. Or there's a few other places he'll do it, but
The
not in
bowling is
this
a goofy
particular
back and
instance.
forth dance. I remember that because everyone posts that gif.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's that.
doing that.
Okay, it's that one.
Those are my. You know how like all the kids do all the Fortnite dances. Those are my versions of the Fortnite
Yeah.
dances. Like, I just can do those two dances and that's it.
Kiryu is not entertained by the sexy pole dance at all. He says, "Come on, man, that's not appropriate. This is." He literally
Let's be
says,
serious now.
It
That's
really
not
breaks my
appropriate.
heart that
"That's not appropriate for a
Majima's-
coming back party." And Majima is like, "What? You expected to see some sexy girls? Come on, dude. That's and you're turning down my hospitality? That fucking sucks. Well, I'm gonna fucking fight you over it."
It really breaks my heart that this is like the closest that Kiryu has to a friend in this game.
Yeah.
It's true.
And you fight him.
It's
He uses
Majima.
breaker style this time. I hate fighting breaker style because he just spins.
Do you have to fight him inside Bikini Bar Asia?
Yes,
I
with
feel
all the
like-
benches and shit. Like
with all the
it-
benches,
God.
yeah.
I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
so he's like kicking them at you. It sucks. So yeah, he just spins.
This is like
and
when you
spins
fight,
and
when you
spins
fight-
and spins.
When you fight the
and-
dearly departed, Makoto, what was his name? I can't think of his name. In
Makimura.
Not Makoto Makimura. Not what was his actual name? I can't think of it. No, I can't think of his name. He turned into a skeleton when he got blown up. When you fight that guy, the masseuse, the god
Lee.
hand. Lee, Wenhai Lee. When you fight Wenhai Lee at
jeez.
the massage parlor, and you can just do breaker style and kick furniture and win the
Yeah.
fight in 3 seconds. This is like the shoe is on the other foot. Now
Yeah.
you are the one getting things kicked into you. You get the taste of your own medicine.
Mhm.
Rest in peace, Wenhai Lee.
Yeah.
We'll miss you
We're
forever.
not good.
Mourn you till I join you, buddy. So yeah, you just wait for him to stop spinning, and then you punch him a couple times. Then he starts spinning again, and then you wait. He spins,
And then you do
punch.
it 100 times until you max out Dragon of Dojima style.
Yeah.
Yeah. And after all that, Kiryu kind of admits he had fun. He says, "Oh, that's the kind of dance I couldn't do in those 10 years in prison." And he thanks Majima for throwing him the welcome back party. He says it's very
So
sweet.
sad.
Yeah. And,
So sad.
and Majima's like, "Well, it's no big deal." And also, like, 10 years in prison for a murder charge, that's nothing, especially compared to him.
To him.
Yeah.
Who could it be?
Who could
Ooh,
it
I
possibly
wonder who it
be?
is. We'll find
We'll
out.
find out in Yakuza 4.
In the game before this.
Oh, that's true. We did.
Yeah,
we did.
they
It's
mentioned
true,
him in
yeah.
We
Zero.
did get. We do mention Saejima and Yakuza 0.
But
And
you can
you
see his
learn-
face.
You did get, yeah, you get to see his face, don't you?
Yeah, they show some cutscenes from
Yeah, they
Yakuza
showed.
4.
Yeah, they show.
Yeah,
the
they
still
literally
shot
just took the
of him with
Yakuza.
the gun in
They
his
just
mouth.
took the cutscenes from Yakuza 4 and put them into Yakuza 0.
Yeah.
It was very funny.
Yeah, yeah.
But we'll meet Tim. We'll meet him in many games.
We'll meet Tim.
Oh yeah.
Meet
Leave me alone.
Tim. Tim Saejima.
um.
That's what they call him in the English when they
oh,
dub
Christ.
it.
Yeah, it's
When they
Daryl
had,
Kiryu and Tim Saejima. That's what we've
Daryl
got.
Tim
Carrillo.
Saejima.
Yeah.
No, it's
Oh, sorry, Daryl
Daryl,
Kiryu. I get it. That's good.
Yeah, we just call him Daryl around here just because.
because he has a different personality in English, and they don't even call him Kiryu. They call him Kazuma.
That's true.
in this
Kazuma-san.
game. Kazuma-san. So like, it just to me Daryl Kiryu is just a different guy. He swears a lot more.
Yeah.
He's a lot angrier.
Uses ableist slurs.
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
It
yeah.
sucks.
Oof.
Anyways, I think
You learn
that's enough
Essence
for-
of Mad Dog Whirl, which is I think that's the one where you do a backflip if you launch a guy like off the ground, which is
It feels
just the
to me
weirdest
that-
move to see Kiryu doing because he's not
Yeah,
usually
it feels to me
kinda,
that the
like,
more
acrobatic
Kiryu-
fighter.
Yeah, it's a little odd.
Kiryu learns basically just learns Mad Dog style instead of Dragon of Dojima style, and he just starts fighting like Majima. It'd be very, very funny.
Oh god.
It is weird whenever you see Kiryu do. We talked about this last week. He jumped into an open car window last chapter. And then when you see
that's the kind of thing that I'm fine with him doing. It's just like flips and acrobatics. I'm not
like
really,
Kameki Cat reflexes, or the sort of running dash attack where he just does a backflip off kicks into a backflip. It just doesn't feel like a Kiryu
the
move.
drop
He's
kick
very-
into a backflip. That is so wild.
just
from
not
Yakuza
something
5.
that Kiryu would do.
Yeah, Kiryu is strong enough and talented enough to launch himself into the air with all the grace of a rock, pretty much. And he
Yeah.
can, just float forward and land somewhere. He can't really spin or kick or flip.
No.
He can do kicks.
Every time
he can do kicks.
He can do kicks.
I
He
mean,
can
like in
do
the
good
air,
kicks.
but yeah.
Yeah.
He's done flying
He's
kicks
like-
before.
Yeah, when I think of, because Yakuza draws heavily from professional wrestling. I don't think of Kiryu as like a luchador, like a high flyer. I think of Kiryu as like a brawler, like a Kazuchika Okada or something like that. Like he has the raw power, but he doesn't have the agility. Hey, let's go to West Park anyways.
Yeah, let's head over to West Park.
So
you head
have to
into
go
the
in-
bathroom at West
Yeah,
Park,
it's-
and some homeless guys confront you, and they say, "Hey, buddy, didn't you see the sign on the door? It's
No
out of
Yakuza."
order." And you say, "No, I didn't see it," and you head back out. And that's the end of the chapter.
That's the end. You don't actually
Roll credits.
This is they had this thing where like, one thing we hate most in the world is the fucking Yakuza. We don't like Yakuza around here. And then you see like Kiryu through a security camera, like you get the camera footage, and then one of them gets a phone call and he's like, never mind, the boss wants to talk to you. Let's go through West Park. It looks exactly like it did in the other game.
We don't even mention, like, 4 of them pull guns on him. And
They all
They
have
have
guns.
guns.
It's
They have
really
actual
funny.
guns. It's true.
It's so rare for people to have guns in these games, but for some reason it's like 6 homeless people and they all pull out pistols.
Yeah.
They're
Kiryu-
going to kill
just
Kiryu
grabs
Kazuma.
one of them, as if this is going to stop him from being air-holed by the other 3.
Yeah, it doesn't do that much damage, all things considered.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
He's wearing
chop
the
about 20
sacred wood
HP.
armor. He doesn't take damage from bullets.
He's got one of those resurrection stones on him that keeps you from it'll break if you die. So
He cast
Kiryu
Fearless
is not
Resolve.
afraid of. He casts Peerless Resolve. We go into West Park. We meet.
There is a large,
outside of-
and I put this in brackets in my notes, foreigner who shows you
An expat.
through
This
West
guy's
Park.
American, right? Yeah,
He's an expatriate.
He used to be a patriot, but he's no longer.
Well, expatriate
He,
is a different word, but yeah.
No, I know. He instructs Kazuma-san, as I have him in
Okay.
notes, because that's what they call him in this game.
Okay, well, actually, in the dub, it would be different. But in Kiwami, at least, his voice sounds very weird. It sounds like he's kind of pitch shifted, and there's like a weird
Processing on
But
it.
he
yeah.
speaks.
Yeah,
he speaks
it's
Japanese in this.
very
in
strange.
the-
I guess it's, I don't know what it is. It's like they were trying to make him sound like a quote unquote like big scary black guy, but like
They're trying to make him sound foreign.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Foreigners, we all have deep voices. That's why when you meet the guy in Yakuza 7, he goes, "Could you tell me how to get to the station?"
Yes.
Excuse me. So this guy's a recurring character, a beloved series regular.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is one of those characters, I feel like, this is the thing about Yakuza, the original Yakuza, is if anyone appeared in this game, they just get to become series regulars. That's why the Stardust crew is in every single game. That's why people, despite him being a character that no one cares about, the games insist that you like Date. Like, look, it's Date. He's from the original.
Everyone
And
who
this guy
survives,
too.
and some people who don't come back.
Yeah, if you we have now met a wonderful reoccurring character because he's in this game. His name is Gary Buster Holmes.
We love Gary Buster Holmes.
He's in pretty much every game now because he was in Yakuza 1, so he has to be in every game. Now we get to go down into the subway tunnels and introduce you all to the reoccurring locale of Kamurocho, which is called Purgatory. It's the secret underground, like, traditional style architecture Japanese pleasure district.
Sai no
that
Kawara.
Yeah.
It's let me tell you something. So in Kiwami, it looks very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It looks like a very, it's
I
sort of
love the
bathed
look
in
of this
darkness.
place.
It's over like a river. Like, it's in the tunnel, so it's all
Right, it's in
dark.
the
It looks
sewer.
like it's always nighttime. Yeah, it's in the sewer.
Yeah, it's in the sewer. It's
In the original game, it is not as dark as it is in the remake. It is, you can see the fact that it is in a tunnel. It's like brown, and it's steaming. Like, it's not. You could trick yourself.
Yeah, you've got
into
like
thinking that like they're over
doopy
this
smell
like dark
coming
river.
off.
Yeah, this
Yeah, the
is like a
forecast.
steaming sewer river that this city is built on top of. It is really, really gross looking.
Actually,
in the original.
Yeah, if I could just say something really quick about when Kiryu walks down into Purgatory, and this is both true, I checked, for both the PS2 version and Kiwami, he's got his hands in his pockets. How
Yeah.
often do we see Kiryu with his hands in his pockets?
That
That's
is not
such
that is a
a non-normal thing for him to do.
that's a really
I
weird.
like to
I
see him
can't
with his
even
hands in his
imagine
pocket.
it.
He does it sometimes. Like the reveal trailer for Ichiban, actually, he has one hand in his pocket.
Well, one hand's different. Honestly,
One hand is
one hand's
different.
almost
Yeah,
a
one
power
hand is
move
di-
when you think about
This
it.
that is.
I hate
yeah,
that.
two
I
hands
hate
is
that
like,
I'm able to just call that up off the top of my head.
Look, everyone.
That's like Harry Potter
it's-
wiki levels of like.
Oh, sure. We're all
Times-
among
times
friends here.
There's a
Times
wiki
Kiryu has
page
put
for
his
hands
hands
in
in his
pockets. Putting your hands in your pockets.
Both hands.
Putting your hands in your pockets is a gesture often used by people who are whatever
Nonchalant.
Well, they're looking
it reminds
to
me of this.
withdraw. When you think about it, it's kind of a social thing. You're like, I'm just trying to pull away from people and not try to be as open.
Yeah, maybe Kiryu
He's
is
trying to look
uncomfortable
cool for
by.
Gary Buster Holmes.
Oh, who isn't?
Yeah, he wants Gary Buster Holmes to think he's so cool. This reminds me a lot of like the Ben 10 Inn from Yakuza 0.
Yeah,
I, mean,
I did
obviously
think of
this
the
one
Ben
came
10
first, but
Yep.
but that's the order we're talking in this. There's lots of like sex workers and women in kimonos, and they're like trying to get Kiryu and all these like rich businessmen to go in and pay for sex and all this stuff. And
Yeah.
there's in this horrible sewer den that probably does not smell anything like you would want a place to smell.
Like I said, it looks pretty cool in Kiwami. It's got like
It is really
does.
cool in Kiwami.
like
Looks
neon, like lots of umbrella. Like it's very cool. Like traditional Japanese architecture. It's got like cherry blossoms and stuff. It reminds me of the one floor in Desperado Tower in fucking Metal Gear Rising. That's just inexplicably
yeah.
a Japanese garden.
Oh, wow.
It looks exactly like
another
that because
pull.
it's inside. We're huge Metal Gear Rising fans and Platinum Games fans as well.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
That's good
because-
taste. Good taste here.
we have good taste, yeah. So you walk across the bridge past all these women, and there's the Purgatory is capped off with this like huge palace.
Yeah.
That's where the florist lives. It's on this huge bridge. There's I think in Kiwami there's these giant cherry blossom trees. I don't remember if
That's
they're
what I was
there in
talking about. The cherry
original.
blossoms. There's like a big one on either side of this.
One thing that I know about trees is that they love to grow underground with no natural
With
lighting
no
or
light,
sunlight.
with just like
And a cherry blossom tree, a famously
Hey,
non-seasonal
plenty of
tree
fertilizer.
that's gonna grow in the what is this around Christmas time in
Oh,
the
yeah.
dark.
Yeah, it's cherry blossom season, baby.
It's cherry blossom season in the sewers. You go in. I love the room that the florist is in. It is so extra.
Yeah, this
huge
is, one of
columns, and
those-
then this giant fish tank.
Giant aquarium. Yep.
Yeah, giant aquarium on the back wall. Let me tell you about Dub.
Yo, marble must be
florist.
like really cheap in Kamurocho. You can just get a whole big ass room covered in the
Well,
shit.
it's funny because this is like really the first indication. Like, if you were to play the series starting with Yakuza 1, this is the first real indication. Like, as part of the story, you're going to be like, okay, there's some weird stuff in this series, and they just kind of like escalate from here. But this is
Right.
like really the
Yeah.
first indication that this is not
I would
like
say
a grounded
they
story.
they escalate way past
In Yakuza 2?
There are some things that happen in Yakuza 2. Yeah, we will talk about later. I don't want to spoil our listeners. And then they dial it back a lot for 3 through 5 to some degree.
To a degree, yeah.
But boy, yeah, they went way out of they went nuts in Yakuza 2. So in the dub, the florist is voiced by a man called, let me pull up his name, Dwight Schultz. He is the actor who plays Howling Mad Murdoch on the A-Team, which is something that I'm not familiar with because I'm not an old person. He is also the worst character on Star Trek, The Next Generation. He's Lieutenant Barclay.
Oh, Reg.
Just a horrible, yeah, Reg Barclay. He's a horrible man. He's in episodes about what if your coworker was a huge creep at you, and then
great.
you had to learn to. Yeah, he's a terrible. He
is a huge ball of anxiety.
Yeah, he's the thing about Reg is like character is supposed to be like this really closed off introverted, like he doesn't fit in because he's got like anxiety. But the other thing that he does is he creates holodeck simulations of his female coworkers where they all want to kiss him and date him. Yeah, it's extremely creepy. I hate it. So that's him, but in this game, they made the florist the biggest sleaze bag. He's like, "Hey, Kiryu, you wanna know the color of a hostess panties, shady deals, and unsolved murders? It all comes back to me."
That's in Kiwami too. That line is also
those lines
in
are there.
Kiwami.
You're right. It's just the voice. It's just the voice inflection.
Yeah, it's
the
such
voice.
a.
In all fairness,
it is actually.
In all fairness,
great
look at the florist and tell me you would not give him the same.
I know. I'm saying
it's a complete sleaze bag. Yeah,
it's a really good choice. I think Dwight Schultz is. I think it might be my favorite dub performance. He's so good. He's like, I'm putting together this grimy jigsaw puzzle. You know, you gotta. If you want to jog my memory, you gotta do some work for the florist. It's so good.
Like during this
I love it.
cutscene, the florist is like sneaking around behind the marble columns, and he's nowhere to be seen to Kiryu. And then suddenly he teleports to behind his desk. And he's just like a big fat guy in a bathrobe. I love him.
Yeah, he's wearing a
He's
like
not
a
wearing a
silk,
shirt.
like robe. He's not wearing a shirt. He's got this big dirty mustache. He's a real character, and I think the voice they picked for him for the dub is incredibly spot on. And he basically tells Kiryu that he's got the. I mean, we know the florist knows everything. Like it is not a matter of like what doesn't the florist know. He has a huge information network set across the city, and if there's any information that
he can get it
he knows
for you.
it, but you need to pay the price.
It comes
and
at a
for
premium.
Kiryu, the price is not money. It's you gotta. I mean, this is Purgatory. It's in the Kamurocho autonomous zone. There are no laws, so that means, of course, it's a Yakuza game. So there has to be a illegal underground fighting ring, and this is the first one.
Yeah, he says he
punching.
can give you the information in exchange for something only you can do. So
You gotta go 3
Punching.
rounds, punching. He wants to see the Dragon of Dojima fight, I guess. And this is now we got to fight 3 rounds in the.
But
in
it's not
underground
just
fighting
that.
ring.
Apparently, he can just use the prize money to buy the information. Is
Yeah.
Well, that's the implication,
enough.
really.
well, he outright says it in Kiwami.
Yeah.
This is so now we gotta do some fighting.
Yeah, this is there are some rules. You can't use any weapons or armor, and you do have to
items.
manually unequip them before you can start.
Yeah, there's no items either.
Oh, I just remembered I forgot to re-equip my items before I did the boss fight. Oops.
Oh, oops. So now we get
Doesn't matter.
3 fights.
If only someone put a note of that in their guide.
Well, look, I
Thank you
don't read it the whole time. I don't need a
Well,
guide
almost
for
no one
everything.
uses my guides for the full walkthroughs. Honestly, let's be real.
It's all
these
the
games are
hidden
pretty
side
straightforward
content.
if you're just doing the story.
They will
Yeah,
tell you where
so-
to go.
This is so we have 3 fights. The first one is
we
against
do get Barefoot Kiryu. Just got his
oh, just getting those out.
Yeah, just airing
which
them out,
I always
baby.
hate
Little
when you
something.
stomp on people with your bare feet. Just really not a thing I like to think about. Our first opponent is
an American fugitive convicted of first-degree murder. Daniel Feldman.
I feel bad for Stone Cold Steve Austin that he had to change his name and move to Japan and become a
Well, if you're gonna kill a guy,
crime.
you know.
Yeah, he did
I guess
choose a very good wrestling name, Daniel Feldman.
He looks, Daniel Feldman looks exactly like Steve Austin to me.
I see it.
He wears the black singlet. He wears like a wrestling outfit too.
Yeah, he wears a singlet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And see, this is the thing, right? Yakuza PS2 is mechanically very similar, but there's a lot of differences. It's much harder to get Kiryu to look in the direction that you want him to be.
Yeah.
Is there no lock on?
So there is lock on, but you have to use it. It's not, and you can't change directions mid combo either. So you're
pretty
you are
locked
filling
in.
out the paperwork and committing to your attack. It's kind of the Dark Souls of Yakuza if you think about it.
Yes, of course.
So this fight is not so bad, but the next one,
Yeah, he
when
has
you
like
have to
a
fight-
move moveset. He says
Yeah, he
you
can kinda
must die when he fights you. Just
Yeah,
very-
that's true.
The next
I
fight
just think it's
is.
funny.
I think this is so funny that Kiryu is canonically better than the world champion Muay Thai middleweight. Like this is a man. I'm not saying this is the
Dragon
testament
of
to how
Dojima,
strong
man.
Kiryu is. Yeah, he's the Dragon of Dojima. He can fight. There's nobody in the world that Kiryu couldn't beat in a fight. I guess because the world champion Muay Thai middleweight, Kaikwan Plamuk, is what they call him. I don't know what they call him in your game.
Oh, it's not. That was not a great translation of his name. His
Gawayan
name's Gawayan Pamuk.
Pramuk. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the localizers, they did what they could. So this guy is a guy that Yakuza 1 Kiryu had trouble with because he likes to dash around and get behind you, and when you're Kiryu Kazuma and you have to fully commit to a direction that you're going to attack in, and you're also me and you're very stubbornly refuse
the
to like...
The announcer says this will be Kiryu's first defensive battle, and I will not for the life of me ever know what that means.
I mean,
at
it
least
means
in
that you have
Kiwami,
to...
because he just kind of uses the kickboxing moveset.
You have to dodge and he gets around you, and so you really have to wait for him to attack, block, or dodge him, and the dodge also is not as good as it is in the other games. It doesn't really... It's so... I mean, it's a PS2 game. It's a lot clunkier. So it is actually kind of test your ability to fight and engage with the mechanics, but in a way that isn't that fun, because it's not like, oh, this is the first fight that makes you really have to try. It is still the Yakuza combat system, so it's more like the first fight that makes you have to wait. But it's fine. You knock him out, and then finally, here he is, our new best friend.
First, the florist gets on his gold flip phone.
That's right. He's got to call it in.
Oh, you got extra content for that I didn't get.
The announcer, the third opponent and final has been decided. The undefeated man who hasn't lost a single match in 3 years, the Vegas Underground Fight Circuit champion, none other
I've been
than
to
our
Las
friend
Vegas. I don't think
and
I've ever
yours.
been to the. I don't think I've ever been to the underground fighting pits of Las Vegas.
Oh, you
but
haven't?
Maybe I
You
should
should.
go. I've heard it's a lot of fun. It's right next to the Pinball Hall of Fame.
It's a good deal too.
Yeah, it's your new best friend and mine. It's Gary Buster Holmes, everyone's favorite character who we all love because he was in Yakuza 1. And this fight is easier than the Muay Thai guy.
Okay, can I hold you guys up for just? Okay, you're gonna do it. Okay, go for it.
He says, "Kiryu, do you want instant death or climax death? What you want?"
So,
so we're fighting Bayonetta?
well, that's just it. It's kind of a running gag of Gary's is that he's kind of crap at Japanese.
Yeah, that's a joke that is untranslatable. I mean, they figured they did a good job in Yakuza 7. When they had to do that. But they did not bother with it in this game.
Oh shit, he's speaking English.
He's speaking English.
It was so weird.
Looking right at the camera. Truly, we respect the localizers for their hard
But
work.
yeah, Gary Buster Holmes isn't so hard in Kiwami either. He has like some combos that if he starts on you, like he can do a fair bit of damage, but like he will go through all of them regardless of if he hits you with the first hit or not. So like if you just dodge the first hit, you can just get behind him and wail on him.
He's a big slow guy, which I mean, when Kiryu's kind of a big slow. He's a big fast guy. Gary Buster Holmes is a big slow guy, and if you can get behind him, you win, which is good.
And he's pretty
I
easy to get behind.
Yeah, I unlocked an ability that the progression system, as I've talked about, is completely inscrutable in this game.
Oh yeah.
On the PS2, it does not tell you. Do not know what you are unlocking when you unlock it, and then you
That's
unlock
so
it.
wild.
It tells you what it does. I unlocked a soul technique that was just like your heat actions. It says something like your heat is increased and better, or something like that. I'm like, what does that mean? How is this gonna help? I don't know if it means your heat actions are stronger, or if it means that your heat charges faster.
Build faster.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, that didn't. Thanks for nothing, Yakuza. We defeat Gary Buster Holmes, our new best friend. The florist loves it. He's clapping. He's laughing. He's taking pictures with his phone. And he says, "All right, well, I play fair. I'm not a liar, so I'll tell you what you need. Follow me." He then tells us things that I think we already knew.
Yeah,
Like,
he tells
He
us
doesn't really
like,
tell
oh,
us much.
yeah, he tells
No.
us that 10 billion yen was stolen. Sarah covered
Did
up.
you know
and
that
then
10 billion
Nishiki
yen was
exposed
stolen,
it.
and that Nishiki told everybody about it? And I was like, yes, we did.
Yeah,
we did know that.
We
And
knew
then he
that
says,
already.
and what about this? Did you know that Yumi Sawamura is behind the 10 billion disappearing?
Did you know
So,
that
yes, we did.
Mizuki is her sister and also Haruka's mother? Yeah, dude.
Yes, we did know that. Did you know that 10 years ago, the Dragon of Dojima killed... He's like, did you know Nishiki actually killed the Sohei Dojima? Yes, I did.
Did you know
was
about
there.
Mesu King? I could tell you about that.
Oh no.
just the florist telling us things we already know.
The florist's other son, the Mesu King professor.
Yes.
Oh,
That
God.
makes so much
Oh
sense.
god, that falls so well.
That makes so much sense! Have we talked about Mesu King on the podcast yet?
We haven't.
Oh,
Should
well, that's
we?
okay. We can...
I don't think we should.
Must we? Must
Why
we?
not?
It's hey. Remember?
I don't want to.
Remember? Yeah, we don't. We had
It's not
to.
great.
I had to play JCC in the last game, and it's like, what if you know how they introduce JCC like this is where people go to make the big bucks when you have a building that just gives you infinity money
Yeah.
all the time whenever you want. This is like, what if there were no material benefits to the bad rock paper scissors lady mini game? And they
And
were
also,
bugs.
you have
I
to
guess we have.
collect all the cards out in
That's
the
right.
world.
You gotta catch them
and
all.
The only
You gotta catch
reward
'em all.
you get is the satisfaction of beating a child in a
Yeah,
game.
all you
A
get is to
series
wipe
of
the
children.
smile off a little boy.
A series of
Yeah,
children and,
wipe
and eventually another adult man.
Oh god, I forgot.
I
there
mean,
was
at least
adult
with Pocket Circuit, it's like these kids are playing their little toy racing car game, and Kiryu shows up and puts them all in their place like the big man he is.
Yeah.
This is like a children's arcade game with women in bikinis, which already is like, this kid shouldn't be playing that. But
They're
you're
in
gonna-
bug costumes. Ooh,
They're
in
bugs.
bug
They're all
costumes, so-
insects. Can't you tell they're all insects?
Max,
They
I
look
hope you're
just like
listening.
insects.
Max,
Yeah, Max.
loves
Our
this.
friend Max loves bugs, which is why Max's favorite minigame is
Mesu King.
and
Yeah, he
always
loves
talks-
Mesu King. He talks about that's.
He's
the
gonna
only thing he
love
talks
listening.
about.
Yeah, he's gonna love listening back to this and hearing us say how much he likes this minigame.
Yeah, I think his favorite is the one that's a big titty nurse, but she looks like a stag beetle.
That narrows
well,
it
that
down.
just makes sense. Yeah, they all look like that. So after the florist Asai tells us things that we already know, he then shows us things that maybe we would want to see, which is that his big desk descends into the earth.
Yeah,
To
turn
go
up
to
the goofy
the
meter.
to his
secret
gaming
area.
cave.
Yeah, to his gaming cave where he's got his Xbox in his gamer chair, and he's got an early PS5 that you can't play. And he says like, "This is the real Purgatory."
Oh, we didn't
This
even,
is
we didn't
my-
even get into the actual new information that he gives us.
Oh, he gave us new information.
Basically, yeah. Yumi stole the 10 billion yen. And like,
And then Mizuki closed her bar up and disappeared.
okay.
Right after the money
I've
was
got
stolen.
it. I've got back to where in my notes where we left off. So he thinks that Nishiki killed Sarah, and that he's kind of vying to be the fourth chairman, because basically anyone who can get the 10 billion back, they're going to be the next chairman. So he thinks that Nishiki's going for it. Yumi stole the 10 billion, and right before the theft happened, Mizuki vanished and closed down Ares.
Right.
Though you wouldn't really know that it was closed down, seeing as how you can't get there unless you have the super secret code.
Yeah. Also, like that, and that's why everybody's going after Haruka, is because the other two, like Yumi and Mizuki, have vanished. So that's the only lead they've got. And 2 days ago, a woman who was covering her face showed up and asked the florist to find Haruka, but he turned her down because she was covering her face. and he doesn't work
Yeah.
with strangers.
He's an anti-masker.
Ooh.
Oh Jesus!
So then he takes Kiryu. He gets a phone call, and he says, "Oh, Kiryu, you've got a visitor." And then then he takes you to his gamer cave.
Yes.
This is so apparently Tokyo Metropolitan Police, in an effort to fight terrorism,
Yes.
set up 10,000 cameras
They
around
set
the
up
city.
50 cameras.
50. Okay.
They
Maybe
set
your
up
game had
50
different
cameras,
Yep,
and
50,
it
50.
it didn't work out though. And this is when he's like,
Okay.
"Yeah, that sucked." But you know what doesn't suck? My network of 10,000 cameras that I've set up. The police.
It turns
could
out
never.
that setting up 50 cameras doesn't stop terrorism in a city that, as far as I can tell, has never had terrorism happen in it, but you never know. Maybe the florist is successfully fighting terrorism every day.
He stopped 9/11
and-
too, like 7 different times. Okay.
Yeah. If it weren't
So I
for
will
him,
say,
thank you for...
this is just for you guys for
Mhm.
historical purposes. As an older man telling you this, there was probably a reference to the Tokyo subway sarin gas attack that
Oh,
happened
there was a sarin gas attack. Yeah.
in 1995.
Fair enough.
So it could be a slight reference to that.
Yeah, that's
I guess
fair.
there was actually... I was like, when I said there's never been terrorism in Tokyo, then I was like, wait, wasn't there like a cult that poisoned people on a train? And then, yes, there was.
It could have been a slight reference
Well,
to that.
Maybe. The visitor who is here for Kiryu is Date. He's bleeding from a gunshot wound. And I like when the florist sees Date and he says, "Hey, it's Date. Looks like his life finally went to shit." And it's like, yes, he's been shot. The florist, he's been shot with a gun. I think that.
He sounds like so much more vindictive in the dub.
Oh, God,
I love
yeah.
him. He's
We do get the
truly a
implication that he
delight.
knows Date is.
Yeah, he knows Date somehow. Then he pulls up the camera footage because he's got cameras everywhere around the city, and we see Date is just like walking down the street with Haruka, right?
Why?
Like,
What was
why
he
was he?
doing?
Why did when he knows? Like Date is he's such a failure. I hate Date so much. He
Fail cop.
knows that Haruka is in danger. He knows that like the Yakuza are after her. Why did he take her out of?
Strolling down the street?
He's like, all right,
like-
Haruka, let's go to the Club Sega. Let's have some fun.
Let's get some UFO catcher. It's one of those things
Maybe-
that kind of recurs in the Yakuza series. I mean, Kiryu attaches himself to a lot of people who just have to fail so that he can clean up after them, and you have gameplay of cleaning up after them.
It's just really funny because in particular, like in the pattern of everyone who's in Yakuza 1 becomes a beloved reoccurring character. So Date is counted among Kiryu's closest and most trusted friends, even though
He constantly fucks up and never does anything
He constantly
right, and
fucks up, and like, I mean, Haruka, he got shot, and then Haruka gets kidnapped because he took her out of the bar. I mean, like, if he needed to go somewhere, Reina's there. Why didn't he just have Reina watch her? Anyway, Haruka's been kidnapped because Date sucks at his job, and now Date is like bleeding from a gunshot wound. We have to go save him now. He's
made it inside the door and he's about to get beat up by a bunch of hobos.
He's bleeding out of he's been shot, and now a bunch of homeless people are going to kill him with their sticks. I guess they put away their guns. Just doing a terrible job. The homeless people in the dub are ruthless towards Date. They are calling him a pig. They're calling him, they're gonna eat roast pig tonight.
There's a good pair of lines here. I don't know if you'll get to it though, but go ahead.
I mean, they're being particularly ruthless. I don't know
They
if they're
hate
saying that
Date.
in the
One of them
Japanese.
is like, "Oh,
They
he
hate- I mean,
busted
I
me
hate
in the
Date.
park. Let's fucking kill this dude. I hate him."
They're
Let's
gonna kill
kill
him. They're going to kill Detective Date, and I mean,
Direct action.
I don't know if I would. Yeah, I'm turn off my game and I say, all right, do I have to save Date? Must I? Can I prevent future sorrows happening if I just let Date die? But unfortunately, if you kill him, it says time paradox, and you have to reload your save and
Snake,
save him.
you can't do that.
Kiryu, you idiot!
I'm in the other games.
You've just caused a time paradox.
I'm in Yakuza 1, so you gotta save me. I'm a beloved series character, Makoto Date. Kiryu dispatches the homeless people who all have like 3 HP because, I mean, I don't know.
So I do
Let's
want to
fight.
bring up one thing. There
Whatever.
was actually I laughed at this in the dub. When Kiryu hops down next to Date, he says, guys, break it up. You don't have to kill him. And they start threatening him, and Kiryu's like, hey, I suggest you listen to me. And the next guy says, I suggest you blow me. And I just found
That's
that,
what it was,
it's
yeah.
crude, but I couldn't help but laugh at that.
The dub, yeah, it's really wild how much vulgarity they put into this dub. It is by, like, even by modern game standards, like, they have toned it down so much in games now. Like, the
Yakuza 7 like subtitles are kind of like, you get called a cum stain like 5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, but like that's it's something that's like, even, you know, when you play like Grand Theft Auto 5, and it's that game came out in like 2012, and I think even playing it when I was a teenager, like Trevor is just too much. Like,
yeah,
it's just too much. It's so absurd. It's so over the top.
Intense.
This is a game where every character is Trevor. Like, every character just talks like that.
God.
Every character is just 110% all the
Sensory
time.
overload.
Yeah, it's so much. So everyone is
It's
talks
interesting
like that
because
it's very funny.
you guys are playing the sub in Yakuza Like a Dragon, right? The Japanese dub.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing the whole entire thing in the English dub, which is fantastic, I gotta say.
How do you feel about the karaoke songs?
Well, I heard you guys, and I agree. The karaoke songs are pretty lousy. Except
I've turned around on it, actually. I think it's funny. I mean,
it's for that reason. It actually sounds much more like an actual.
It sounds like real people doing karaoke.
Group of people in a bar doing karaoke.
I understand that to a point, but
Yep.
only to a point.
Yep. Well, another thing too is, like, you got to remember, it's like there's a difference in timbre with how Japanese songs are made, and obviously you said the localization was weird, and don't forget, it's like the actors who are singing the songs, like the English ones, that may not be within their register within the key that the original songs were in.
Yeah, I've fully turned around on my
fair.
opinion about it. I love it. I think it's wonderful that they dubbed the karaoke, and they did it. It's very authentic. I like it. Yeah. No, I'm
But
nothing
anyway,
but respect for my wonderful English.
But one of the
cast.
things, like, my point about the dub is actually there is a fair amount of swearing in the English dub, and I do not feel it was out of place nearly as much as it was in Yakuza 1. Like, they were saying fuck every other, word in Yakuza 1. Like, the announcer in the underground Purgatory Coliseum says fuck, like, unfucking believable.
Yeah, he says
in one of his
unfucking believable
lines.
when Kiryu. Yeah, it's, well, I mean, I guess it's the thing, right, where Japanese doesn't really have dedicated vulgarity like English does. So it's a lot more like up to the localizers to decide, when you're going to interpret tone and the way that people
Manner
are talking
speaking,
and the way they're addressing, manner of speaking, to interpret it as being rude or vulgar.
Right.
The thing is, to me, that it really reads, what game came out, what was like all the rage on the PS2 when this game came out was Grand Theft Auto.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, with San Andreas,
all
which is, I think, definitely when they were trying to market this game was what they were going for, which is why they have like the cast and all the swearing.
Yep.
And I think that's very funny. But it's so much. It's so much. There's definitely vulgarity in Like a Dragon.
I think there's also an intensity to it, like not just the quantity, but like the tone with which they say it is like in Yakuza 7. It's not as like it's more casual, I'd say.
It doesn't feel as out of place.
Yeah,
it's forced in this game. It's very forced. Anyways, so we save our best friend Date, everyone's favorite character, from certain death. And we find out that, and this is the thing I forgot happened this chapter, which is really funny, a good surprise to me, is that Haruka has been kidnapped by the Majima family. And also we learned that the florist shows up and he says, like, I looked, the Majima family kidnapped Haruka, they took her to the Yoshida batting center. Don't worry, I'll give you this information for free, I'm putting it on your tab. And then Date sees the florist and he says, it's the florist, I busted him for illegally selling information.
A cab.
Yeah.
Well, he was a cop.
Just leave him alone. Just leave him alone.
I'm talking
All
about
cops.
Date for fucking...
I mean, it's really funny in the Yakuza series, and even like in Judgment too. Like the Yakuza series has very much been like the best cops are the crooked ones. Like the
most successful ones,
yeah, the most like, and there's one in Judgment who's like, he's just such a piece of shit.
Oh,
he's such a terrible
he's a
cop.
grimy guy, and I love him.
Yeah. But then the series, they all the worst cops are the ones that you like. which is why I don't like Date.
Yeah, like he blew the whistle on the florist for revealing police intel, which was probably a good thing, I'm going to assume.
I mean, it seems
the
like
florist
the florist
did.
is...
Like,
Yeah, I mean, it seems to me that the florist is providing, like, a valuable service to the city, which I can't speak the same to Date.
like
all he does is take a child, let a child get kidnapped.
I don't know about that, but like say what you will about what the florist does now with his network of 10,000 cameras that has eyes on everyone and everything in the city. But what he did to get fired from the cops was like probably a
Leak
good
information.
thing. Probably morally good on the whole.
Probably. I mean, he probably was doing it for money.
Date
but like...
is like the one who, yeah, he probably did do it for money. Actually, now that you say it, but like still, the principle of the thing.
The Yakuza, the series relation to the police is very interesting.
Yeah, it's
they're
up and down, really.
It's surprisingly nuanced.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is a series where it's like, there are good cops and bad cops.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of bad cops and a lot of like villainous cops in Yakuza.
Well, see, when you think about it, it's like, what are the major antagonists in any Yakuza game? They're either other Yakuza families, they're the cops, or they're the government.
Or
high up
politicians.
cops.
The government.
Yeah.
I
think what it comes down to is like a lot of the times if it's a bad cop, it's always like a higher up cop.
Yeah, it's like the it's like the chief or the commissioner.
Commissioner level.
And then
like the beat cops, like the ones that you just see on the street.
They're always crooked. They're always like the ones who are on your side or like good guys. They're always like terrible cops. Like the guy from Judgment. There's Tanimura from Yakuza 4. Yeah, Ayabe. Yeah,
Ayabe,
like
yep.
they're the
Adachi.
ones who are on your side. Adachi.
Yeah, of course, Adachi.
They're like the ones who are not very good at their jobs or like overtly corrupt are the ones who are on your side, which I think is really funny.
It's an odd statement.
So
suck at your job and you'll be a good
it's really
person.
weird. Like I don't think crooked cops are good, but it's very weird that like if you're in the Yakuza, there's two types of cops. There's the ones who are crooked and good, or there's the ones who are evil and like corrupt.
And then there's also just like a bunch of cops that just like work for the Tokyo PD and are just presumably normal.
And then there's Officer Majima and Officer Stop and Search.
Yes, I was just going to get to Officer Stop and Search. He's what a guy.
What a guy. So we got to go to Yoshida Batting Center to have our big confrontation.
I would recommend you buy lots of healing items before you do this.
Oh yeah, you'll need it. Reminder to all of our listeners that if you are playing the original 2005 PS2 version, this is one of 3 times that you see Majima in the entire game.
Yep.
This is the second out of 3. There will be one more, and then that is Majima's role in the game.
You either have not seen Majima for 10 years, or you saw him 5 minutes ago on the street.
Yeah, those are your 2 options. So Majima, we get to the betting center. This is like, I think probably...
This is a really iconic
it's a very iconic scene, yep.
Mark Hamill is so funny as Majima. He's just here. The whole Majima family's here. Long time no see, Kazuma-chan. He very overtly kidnapped Haruka just so he could fight Kiryu. That's all he wants. He just wants to fight Kiryu. He says, "It fills me up with joy, face to face with the Dragon of Dojima." And then as he's doing it, like the dramatic music is playing, and he's walking, and there's a pitching machine. And as he walks right into the path of a baseball, and he smacks him right in the side of the face. The music cuts out, and then he just starts laughing, and all of his goons start laughing with him, except for one. And then this is where he goes like full Joker, where he goes, "You're supposed to laugh!" And he starts beating the shit out of him with a... "Left, you stupid motherfucker!" And he's just beating him with it. Majima's never killed anyone, except I think if he's killed anyone, he's killed this guy because he hits him. He's hitting with his bat, and the guy's clearly moving. Yeah, and then he stops.
I think he gets
him,
up to fight you, and then that's probably the end of his life.
I think actually the guy with the same model is in the fight, so maybe he is. I mean, Majima has never killed anyone. We know this, but he did kill this one guy with his bat. Non-canonically, it was an accident.
Of course.
And then he pulls out his dagger and he says, "All right, let's fight." This is a good fight. I like this fight.
This is a good fight. How's the fight go in the original game?
It's very similar to the Muay Thai champion in that Majima can move a lot faster than Kiryu can.
Yeah, Majima has always been
he dashes like 60 times.
Extremely
speed versus power,
evasive in these games.
So it's very tricky. I went through all my staminums to beat him up, but I mean the trick is right. You got to fight the goons first, the lackeys. I think in the Kiwami, if I remember correctly, you can use a baseball bat. That bat is not there. In
Yeah,
the
there's
original.
all. I
It's-
mean,
I
like
could not
all of
find
the
it.
goons are armed with baseball bats, and then there's also a couple that are just like strewn about, so you can just pick
Right.
those up, and that'll help
Yeah,
you
there's
also
no-
block his knife attacks, which is
Yeah,
very
you can't
good.
block knife attacks. So you really gotta. I think you can tell when he's about to strike with his knife because it kind of glimmers, like it glints. But I mean, PS2 clunky controls. You're not really gonna be able to. It's an attrition battle.
Mhm.
You're just trying
Absolutely.
to get him down as he whittles your health away. He has a couple grab attacks that he'll throw you on the ground and stab you.
Yeah,
But other than that, it's he does throw a lot of kicks too. So he'll kick and punch and then knock you down. But if you can sort of stay out of his way, block accordingly, and pack on the punishment, you will eventually take him down.
yeah. I'd recommend just taking out all the goons in Kiwami. At least take out all the goons first.
Yeah, all the goons first, and then go for Majima.
Yeah, he starts in Mad Dog style, and then he will
In
do
Kiwami,
like his like iconic QTE that he does in like every game where you fight him.
Like 6
And
button
then-
presses, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a pretty hard QTE if you don't know it's coming. And then he will swap to Slugger style, which is a lot of fun.
That's the latter half of the fight, yeah.
Yes. This is really, really hard. This is like one of the hardest boss fights in the game, and I didn't know it was coming my first time around. So I went in with like no healing items. I did not save beforehand, and I just could not beat him, and I had to reload a save to like the beginning of the chapter and redo the whole thing my first time through.
It's rough. Always save your
So
game.
if you're save. It's the smart thing to do. If you're playing this for the first time, please, for the love of God, save.
Don't
get
go
some
to
healing
Yoshida
items.
batting center without
Yeah,
pockets full
go,
of.
go to the
healing
fucking
items.
pharmacy first, please.
It's a hard fight.
From me to you.
Okay,
We're speaking from the bottom.
I
of
just
our
want to
heart.
say one thing about the pharmacy. Did you notice in Yakuza Like a Dragon, Kotobuki Pharmacy exists for one chapter and one chapter only?
It's not there. Yeah, where did it? I was so confused when I
Wait,
came.
when you
know,
go back to Kamurocho, it's not there?
it's gone. It's gone.
It went
Where
from
is it?
2000 Kamurocho to 2019 Kamurocho, and it's gone.
Oh shit!
I guess if they next time
Is
they make
it-
a
is it
game
in
set in
Judgment?
Kamurocho, they might.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's not in Judgment.
Oh no, it's not. Wait,
I don't think it is.
where do you get your?
or even
Ah,
6. Like, I
my
don't
my
remember.
brain is telling me it's in 6, but I don't know.
It's
It
in
is-
Kiwami
it is
too. I know
there
that
at
much
the-
for sure.
It's there at the beginning of the game.
Yes, it's in that
It's
very first
always makes
chapter.
me- when-
You can go there. You can buy stuff. Never again in the in later.
That's
in
what
the
I love.
game.
I love the
That's astounding.
Kamurocho because it you know, it's things stay there, things change. Every time something that's been there for a while goes away, I mean, rest in peace, Don Quixote. We
Absolutely.
hardly knew you.
Yeah,
It's
it has
really,
been
like,
infested
feels
by
like you've
feral
lost something.
hogs.
Yeah, the police station. But I mean, I guess that was probably the sponsorship deal ended.
Yeah,
and
no, that's,
they-
that's exactly
Yeah, I
right.
heard it was like
Don
internal to the
Quixote's-
actual rights holders in Don Quixote themselves. Kind of broke it off.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's crazy though. I mean, it's even in the 2005 one. Don Quixote
Yep.
has always been there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's weird. The pharmacy's gone now, which is weird. Where are you gonna stock up on healing items before you finish the game?
And one of the other pharmacies.
Yeah, there's plenty of spots. It just struck me as
Yeah.
so weird. They created, or at least they had in Like a Dragon, one shop that you can visit for one chapter and never again.
very
I mean,
odd.
I like that. I like that there are changes between the map.
Yeah.
You know, after 20 years. It is strange that that shop that has been there for 20 years just closes down inexplicably.
Imagine if you played a Yakuza game and Cafe Alps was gone.
Exactly,
Yeah,
same
like-
deal.
Yeah, I love the beginning where it's a flashback to the 70s and Cafe Alps is there because, presumably because it has the sign that says it was established in the 70s. So they're like, well, we know this
Yeah.
was there.
We know
but
this
also
is the
Club
one place
Sega
that
is
was-
outside. So
Club Sega
who
is still
knows?
there, looking as it normally does, which I
Naturally.
thought was very funny. It's very funny, just because of the structure of the games, and obviously they're going to vary up the side content. That like whenever it changes games, specifically like that place on the map where the bowling alley is in Yakuza 0,
Yeah, Muck
it
Bowl.
always says something different, and it's very funny because it seems to me that it's just like things
It keeps
coming
going
and
out
going,
of
like they
business.
just keep,
Yeah, like
like you know, Rise App Gym goes out of business, and then they open up the VR thing
Yep.
in Judgment. That folds immediately, folds in a
yeah,
year.
nobody
and now it's a
can
pachinko
afford
parlor.
the fucking passes to get in.
Yeah. Well, it's because when you win, they have to give you hundreds of thousands of
Yeah.
yen.
Also, yeah. If
It's
you
a
do
very-
get
it's
in,
not
they
cost
have to give you
effective.
millions.
Unsustainable
if you
business,
get
really.
the big payout.
Yeah.
It's
And,
funny
like,
though,
VR
you can
and that's-
still see bowling signs in that building area. Like they refer to a bowling alley that's still
I miss the
perhaps
bowling.
in the area. It's wild.
I miss mock bowl. I wish they'd bring in bowling back.
Oh yes, if there's anything I want them to bring back, it's bowling.
Oh, I meant to mention on the show, Jordan, that we went through like you did Street View on Kabukicho.
I did, yeah. This is so weird. I went on to Street View on Kabukicho because I wanted to see what it looked like in real life.
Oh yeah,
It is spooky how real, how perfect it looks.
oh absolutely.
And to the point, like that parking lot that like Mr. Try and Hit Me is in.
Yeah,
with
the
Host
Shofukucho
Club signs.
The Shichibuku one,
yeah.
That is,
Shichifuku.
that's real. It's real and it's there and it's like it's a real. It's like what?
Yeah, it's covered in posters
It's so
for like hosts.
It's covered in
hosts
hosts and stuff. It's so
You
interesting.
can
Yeah,
literally
they've got,
find
like,
your way
a-
around the real life Kabukicho, having played the Yakuza series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's got like
it's
a theater
incredible.
square, and there is a bowling alley at one end of
The
it.
the Don Quixote in Kabukicho is exactly where it is in real life, and if you go down that same street, on the left side of the street is the karaoke can.
Karaoke-con, yep.
It's all it's all real. It's really cool. Anyways,
Very
we
surreal.
have defeated Majima. Majima and his goons. I love this cutscene so much. It's so good. So we beat Majima. Kiryu's just like, I want Haruka. Where's Haruka? Daryl says that. And as Majima's like, I'm not finished with you yet, Kazuma-chan. And then as he's talking to you, one of his Yakuza goons runs up to kill Kiryu with a knife, and Majima, seeing that Kiryu is in danger, steps in front of the knife and takes it to the chest. And as he like collapses to the ground, he says, "Kazuma's my friend, you stupid fuck.
My
Only I
friend?
get the privilege."
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Only
He's
That's-
mine.
That's what he says. Is that what he says? Oh my
Something
god.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kazuma's mine. Yeah.
he says I'm the
People on
only
the
one
internet.
that's allowed to kill him.
Yeah, I'm the only one that's
Basically,
allowed
yeah.
to kill him, and then he collapses to the ground, and then all the Majima family are like, "We gotta get him an ambulance!"
Oh shit, he's bleeding out. Somebody fucking. Oh shit.
I love it.
And they
Just feel when you
they drag him
accidentally-
out, and then Haruka just walks out of the closet she was tied up in.
Yeah, we take her back to Serena. Date apologizes for it being entirely his fault.
For being
like,
Date, yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that I'm not Kiryu.
I'm
he
sorry, I
says.
really
I'm sorry
Makoto
I'm not
Date'd
him.
it up again. That's
Um,
what they,
I
yeah,
also-
that's
he
all the
was-
other
he
cops
was
make fun
shot
of him, and they're
and-
like, "Oh, you just pulled a Date," whenever somebody just really
Yeah.
fucks up bad.
He was shot, which is not brought up again. He's fine. He's
fine.
recovered. He took a stamina.
You just winged.
Haruka says that while she was tied up in the batting cages, a mysterious man showed up and untied her, and then he asks if she had the pendant that her Aunt Yumi gave her. Let me get a flashback to Sunflower
Yeah.
Orphanage, where Yumi gives her the pendant and says she's like, I want to see my mom. Where's my mom? And then Yumi says, "Here, take this. Shut up."
If this was your
Shut up,
mom's, it's a very potent good luck charm. So don't tell any strangers that you have it.
Yeah. Dante's like, "Did he try to take the pendant?" She says, "No, he just told me to take care of it. And he said that it was worth 10 billion yen. Do you get it? Do you get it? I don't get it."
I don't.
Then Date,
And
I hate Date
Also,
so much. He's
also
just
the
like-
guy told her to tell Kiryu about it.
Yeah, he says, "Tell Kiryu about the pendant, and it's worth 10 billion yen, so keep it safe." And then Date, I don't know if he did this in yours, he's just like, "Well, we gotta break it open, we gotta figure out what's inside it." And he's like, just kidding, just goofing.
there's a lock on it. I guess we could just break it
Shut
open.
up,
And then
Date.
Reina and Haruka are like, "No, fucking idiot! No, we're not doing that."
And he's like, "I'm just
Dude.
goofing." Dated it up. Did he say he was joking in the subs?
Yeah,
Because
he's like, "Oh, well,
okay,
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Don't...
just kidding with you."
It was just a
and
thought.
then I actually genuinely don't remember who untied Haruka is talking to. I'm sure we'll figure it out, but
Yeah, I'd forgotten
this
too.
is not-
something I don't remember who it is because I mean, all things considered, it probably doesn't matter that much.
Nope.
Yeah.
But Kiryu, as we close the chapter, he remarks that like, wow, it looks like they've really been caught up in the center of something major. Like it's him and Haruka, they're involved in this now, and we got to figure out what's going on. And that's the end of the chapter.
What a crazy adventure we found ourselves in.
It really is Yakuza 1. Just looks
We
right at the
truly are
camera.
the Yakuza 1, yes.
We truly are I truly am like a dragon.
The
it
Yakuza
says,
Kiwami.
Right. Things are really getting pretty Kiwami over here. So that's the end of the chapter. It's a really good one. Busy. We got Purgatory, a new locale that we'll revisit throughout pretty much every game in the series. I don't think you go there in 6, or I guess 7. But yeah, we meet the florist. We meet Majima again, depending on which game you're playing. This will be one of 3 times, so that's pretty major. And we learned about we get to see the pendant, which is important, apparently.
The MacGuffin.
The MacGuffin, yeah. I guess Haruka's kind of the MacGuffin, but the pendant is the MacGuffin's MacGuffin.
Right. The pendant's, the pendant's more strict is MacGuffin, but yeah.
How many games in the series? How many games in the series is the MacGuffin a small child? Because it's like 3 of them, I think.
Yeah, 3 kind of has one at the beginning with what's her face, the young kid, and then of course 6. 6 is always a big one.
6.
And then 1. So one of the many times. Let's do some questions. If you have a question you want to ask us, you can send it to our Twitter at Kamurocho Radio on Twitter. We make a post every week telling you what chapter we're on, and then you can send us a question and we'll answer it on the podcast. We've got 3 this week, it looks like.
Nice.
Here's one from friend of the show, Dan. It's Mike Dawson on Twitter. It says,
Dan.
what facilities would you have in your own version of Purgatory? Can be illegal stuff. Dan, you wants us to tell us what cool crimes we would commit on our podcast.
Just like
can be illegal stuff.
Yeah.
Look, if there were no cops around, what would you do?
Yeah, if you ran your own autonomous zone underneath the city, it says can be illegal stuff or just a place to eat and rest after a long night of gambling, fighting / sex having. I think if I had a Purgatory, it would just be like, it would look the way it is. No one would be there, and it would just be like the world's nicest bathroom. Just like if I'm ever out in Kamurocho.
Yeah, you go all the way to the end into the big room where the florist is, and there's just a toilet sitting in the back.
It's the nicest, cleanest toilet in the entire city, and it's mine, and no one else can use it. And I will charge you if you want to use it. And that's all it is.
You
It's
can
just
use
a
my
really
toilet,
nice
Kiryu, but it comes at a
you gotta
premium.
fight.
You gotta
fight
beat up
for
some guys
3
first.
rounds. What about you, Argyle? What would you put in your illegal autonomous zone?
Just a big giant VR room, so I can do VR stunts and in peace and quiet where nobody can find me.
You would build a 1-to-1 recreation of all of your favorite levels in Takeshi's Castle.
Yes, of course.
Yes. What about you, CyricZ? Any?
Well, jeez. I mean, probably just a recreation of 742 Evergreen Terrace from The Simpsons. Just like a full, mock-up of that.
Kiryu gets that would be really funny if you went down to Purgatory and it just looked like Springfield.
Yep, just a big pastel color scheme.
This
down
is what
there,
this is what happens
classic
when you
Simpsons.
have the florist is like, in the 90s, the Tokyo metropolitan government wanted to recreate Springfield for their own shady purposes, but the project was
Simpsons
abandoned.
land.
I took it over. They were gonna create a Simpsons theme park, and instead of the fighting ring, it's like Mr. Burn. It's like the power plant.
Yeah.
And there's it's just all sorts of fun, zany hijinks. Here's one question from a friend of the show, Marshmallow, on Twitter. It says, let's see, I think, this is a very confusing question for me, but I don't know about you. Hopefully I'm not stealing this from Dan, our friend, the Sonic liker. But if Kiryu switched places with one of the hedgehogs in Sonic Underground, what would his rad instrument, weapon, and necklace be? Now, I've never seen Sonic Underground.
Neither
I don't
have
know
I.
if any of you
I have seen GIFs of Sonic Underground, horrible animated GIFs of
I'm sorry, Steven. I don't
proportions.
think I can answer this question.
Okay, let's
I
just
don't
say
know
if
anything about Sonic Underground.
I guess we'll condense this question to if Kiryu could play an instrument, what would he play?
It would be a
what would his cool
shamisen.
instrument be? Ooh,
Yep.
just the classics.
Kiryu's very old
much
school.
Like,
He would go for something classic, absolutely.
See, you think that. I think Kiryu, he's bold, he's loud, he's not a very subtle man. I think Kiryu is a drummer, and I
was thinking taiko
I feel
drum.
like we've talked about. I think we've talked about this on the podcast. That I think we either said he was a drummer or a bassist, both of which are very funny to think.
Yeah,
about.
I think drumming.
Saijuma's the drummer.
He knows how to play taiko no
That's
Tatsujin.
true. Saiju. That's true. Kiryu is really good at it. He plays taiko no Tatsujin. So, Kiryu playing like a shamisen is very funny to think about. Like he's just it's a very uncharacteristically like sort of graceful.
You just start crooning
graceful for
Kamurocho
him.
lullaby.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. He's got a beautiful voice. So he'd be really a triple threat. And here's one more question from Marshmallow that says, different kind of underground, but you know those tunnels the Disney parks have so employees can get around unseen? You think that's how Majima is able to pop up wherever he wants? That seems so plausible to me.
Yeah.
Because we know that Kamurocho has like a very extensive sewer system.
Yes.
There's also the Kamurocho Underground Shopping Center from Yakuza 3.
4.
No, Yakuza 4. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, maybe Majima is just the master of the sewer. Like, he's just a sewer boy, and he can just get around. And, like, we know also from Yakuza 0 that, like, Bikini Bar Asia is inexplicably just has a door to the sewers
Yeah.
Yep.
that leads to another club.
That
like,
leads
it
to
must
Club
be
Debola. Where
Club
that
Debola.
is.
Yeah, Debola. Where
Debola.
Awano murdered a woman, and we forgot about it, and it never comes up again. So, I think the Kamurocho... I think this is true. I think the Kamurocho just has, like, extensive sewer tunnels that connect the entire city, and Majima knows how to use them and can just perfectly pop up in any trash can, any club, any bar that he wants to.
And there's a bunch of mascot
that's-
costumes down there, just like Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, that's where he keeps all his costumes.
Yep.
It's where he keeps Officer Majima. It's where he keeps all of his zombie makeup. Like,
Gromi.
that's Kuromi. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, he needs a
that's-
proper battle station to get into Garomi.
He's got. I mean, he needs like. He must have like. That's probably where the Majima family like lives at this point. He just forces them to live in the sewers.
Yeah, we never see if
where
they
they-
have like an office building, do we? So like that could just be.
There's
Do
the one
we?
in
I
Oh
guess
three.
you
no,
don't
wait,
ever-
no. In Kiwami 2, you
Yeah,
go to the Majima office.
the Majima
building. Never
office.
mind.
Yeah.
Well, there's the one in 3
Um,
where it's just the building in the middle of the lot. The tiny
That
little
one
building.
is really funny. I can't wait to my brother.
Oh right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Brother and other podcast co-host and Yakuza fan will be infuriated forever by the case of the missing skyscraper that happens in Yakuza 3. And when we get to that, he'll have him on and have him yell about it because it makes him so angry. Anyways, those are all of our questions, and I think it's time to wrap things up. What I like telling us what our listeners what chapter we are doing next week. So what's our next chapter? It is, let's see, next chapter 6 is Father and Child.
Yes.
What? Interesting.
Ooh.
We get to meet
What
Saya
could it
Date.
mean? Yeah.
Oh, is that?
Oh,
when we
it's
do
that one.
Yep.
No. Oh, I
Oh,
hate
boy.
this chapter.
Oh, you're gonna love this
Hey,
one.
listeners, I hope
You know
like
what? There
Detective...
is a good moment. There is a meme in the next chapter.
Yeah, that's true. There's
That's true.
one funny thing that we'll have one funny thing to talk about, but I hope our listeners are ready for Date's story. I hope you're ready to hear
Great.
more about Date's epic divorce.
Yeah, epic divorce, man.
When
Oh, it's not
when
just
Date
his.
shows off.
Don't forget, it's not just
Yeah,
him.
Oh my god, I can't believe this. I can't believe that this is what this game makes us do.
Kiryu, I
What?
fucked up my marriage. You need to fix it.
It's funny
is
that
the
you can
part where
think of that as
Kiryu-
like
yeah.
a thought on the series too, because there's so much there's only so much main plot you can put in whatever kind of 20-hour story you want to make. You have to do some kind of side stuff, and that happens in like every game in the series. And it's just like
Yeah, it's just this one is just like everyone's
Yeah,
favorite
this
character.
feels like
Date,
the most
and-
explicit one.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's just like
it's a simple
just like
story
wheel-
at the end of the day.
spinning wheels till we can make the plot happen again. So that'll be fun. At least we'll be able to complain about Date and the florist and their marriage problems again.
Right.
But until then, I think it's time to wrap things up. So since you are our very special guest, where can we find you?
You can find me at CyricZ42 on Twitter and generally on GameFAQs. You can just search the CyricZ GameFAQs and you can find all my work. And yeah, thanks so much again for having me on the show. It's been a really good time.
It was really fun. Yeah, it was really great and had a lot of good insight. And it's also really interesting to talk to a person who makes a fact because I've always wondered how this come to be.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Blood, sweat, and tears. Just typing.
You can, just lots and lots of typing. You can find me on Twitter
How many
at
times have you gotten
Radicus.
carpal tunnel?
Yeah.
It got close for a little while, but then you get the ergonomically fashion stuff, and it's not so bad.
I have two. I am a.
You got some
I,
wrist
I'm
braces,
a-
don't you?
Yeah, I have wrist braces. I am in the teacher certification program at my school, so I've been just doing so much typing, last semester, and I'm so glad I'm on winter break now because my wrists were just truly. I had to dictate all my final papers because I couldn't type anymore.
Ugh.
So I understand your pain. You can find me on Twitter at BradipusRex. You can find my 2 other podcasts. You can find my music video game showdown podcast, Slappers Only, at slappersonlypod.com, and you can find my wonderful Kyle XY ABC Family rewatch podcast, Kyle XY. That one's the other one.
CyricZ, do you know anything about Kyle XY?
I know that he doesn't have a belly button. All I remember when you
Yeah!
guys mentioned it
Yeah, there we go.
was I saw
Yes!
those things in the mall back when they advertised TV shows in the mall, and the entire billboard was just him with no belly button, and it's
No
like,
belly button. It's
what is this story?
words can't describe how happy it is that we can ask any person, anything about Kyle XY, and they will say he doesn't have a belly button.
That's it.
But we've watched 3 episodes so far. It's very funny. Argyle, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Argyle_Funk. You can also listen to my other podcast. It's called Pod of Greed. That is POD of Greed. It's about Yu-Gi-Oh!
How's GX treating you?
GX is treating me pretty damn good. I gotta say, we had special guest Ix from 6 Feet Under on our latest episode that has not released yet. Actually should be out by the time this episode is out. But anyways, it was a good episode. Listen to the show. It's good.
We are hosted on the Noisepace Podcasting Network. That's noisepace.xyz. We have to say Z or our Canadian friend Matt will get mad at us. You can find a lot of great podcasts there. You can find one of my personal favorites, Podcasting is Forbidden in the Cloud Recesses. You can find... what other shows?
Is Nana Roy's...
Nana Roy's Nightmare and Era?
Yeah, Nightmare and
Yes,
Era.
Nana Roy's Nightmare and Era, the creepypasta podcast. It is
Also
incredibly funny.
hosted by Roy.
We're just talking about all of our favorite Roy podcasts. You can listen to City Girls Make Do. You can listen to LMNOP, a Sherlock, not Sherlock, absolutely not Sherlock. It's a elementary podcast, like the American TV show.
Alright.
There's so many good ones. Ours is on there. Slappers Only is on there. Jerkin' It is on there.
Good network.
Pot of Greed is on there. It's just a big old great network full of great shows that you can listen to with your ears. So that's great. Go to Noisepace to listen to all of it. And thank you all very much for listening. CyricZ, thank you so much for joining us. It was a blast.
Thank you guys so much.
It was a ton of fun. And as always, we'll join you for Epic Divorce Chapter 6. And as always, Kiwami means extreme.
Bye-bye.
そうトゥーナ今夜もまたトゥーナため息つく一人きりじゃ上がけない思い出なトゥーナ近いのそうトゥーナ場所で待つ